Now the question is it working or not? At least we're on a proper internet connection now. Maybe that will help. How should I check it on my phone? Because the connection is not the best, right? It's not one of them very high-speed fiber. I didn't get that. Let me check on my phone. I'm gonna get off the Wi-Fi and see if I'm live. It doesn't say I'm live now. Latest. It's public, right? Oh. It was set to private. Higher than the recommended bitrate. See, this happens every time. I don't need to. 2500 kbps. Tamashika. Just chill. Chill, babe. Just chill. Stream. What? Ignore streaming service recommendations. Well, streaming service is recommending that we only stream at 2500 kbps. I'll have to ignore this. I'll have to disconnect or something. Bro. I really have no idea if this is working at all. It is my channel, right? It is my channel. This is very weird. Control Shift and YouTube.com side with them. The user. See, it does say it's live. Aha! Look who it is. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is working. Okay. I present to you version 1.1. Yes, I got rid of the weird alphanumeric solution that we had for the version numbers. That's gone. Okay, we went from 1 to 1A to 1K, and 1L. I was just like, you know what? I'm not feeling it. So we're gonna change the the numbering scheme. Do it like do it in a more normie kind of way. 1.01, 1.1. And if I reach 1.9 and I don't want to go to 2, I will go 1.91. course. Okay. What do we have going on in this build? I'm still working on this. I don't know when I'm gonna put it out, so this is not the live version of the game. First thing up that we have going here is the graphics. I figured out real-time ray tracing. No, I didn't. I'm kidding. I'm not doing real-time ray tracing. I'm actually doing screen space global illumination. No, I'm not doing that either. All I did was in the flood fill figure out edge distance. So like all of these little boxes that are rendering here on the ground for the flood, they are now carrying a variable that tells it how far it is from the edge, the boundary. So this boundary, these boundaries, and it's obviously it's very heavily aliased, but I feel like it does make the world look just a little bit more cozy. So you know what, I added it in there. The walls are also doing that thing now, but they're interpolating just fine because the walls are they're doing a basic kind of height function. So yeah, it's not accurate at all. So it's not that big a deal. It's not that big a change. But what I did change was all of this flood algorithm. I was using Clipper Z. That's gone. I tweeted about that. Because all the rectangles are axis aligned, there's no reason for me to be using an algorithm that's supposed to be like this super complex, irregular polygon union. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do any of that. So, what else? That took a while for me to fix actually, because it was giving me a very convenient set of like contours, like lines, the resultant polygon, and from there I was kind of inferring all of the information about the level, and it was working just fine. All of the collisions and all of the intersection logic was coming out of there. So when I pulled that out, obviously it all went bust. So I just had to bring it back online, and I have fixed most of the issues there. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to kind of like just push this build out just yet. But it will be super helpful to get some help if someone's happy to jump into the beta build. And then there are going to be other things that are going to be fixed. So let's have a look at the time travel menu. Alright, right here. Spoilers. By the way, this is a spoiler stream. If you want to discover these mechanics on your own, I suggest you do not watch the rest of this. Spoiler alert. This is a warning sign with me with my goggles behind the Illuminati triangle. Warning. Spoiler alert. Like some people don't even know that there is like these pickups that you can find in the level. Well, I added one more. So if you still don't know that these exist, you can run into these other ones that will line up here very conveniently for you to ring them, and you can see that there is a date. I really don't need to explain this. Like there's really not that many mechanics in the game, and I think if you hit a bell that says 05-13 on it, what do you think will happen? You will time travel. That's it. That was the announcement. That was the Dark Souls style, like, you know, like new area discovered kind of thing. That's what that bell sound was. And over here I added this thing here, this arrow, up arrow, to let you know that you are traveling in time. You are not in the present. And you can see that over here in this menu. And the other thing that I have changed here is this. Let's just yeah, the other thing that I changed here is this weekend selection menu, this one, where you can just go back to any date, which is only on the weekends. Now it can be accessed with an extra bell that is a consumable which will stack up over here. So every time you play the level, if you can stop to notice to pick up the bells and the lamps, then they will stack up. And once they stack up, then you can use them at any time to go back to whatever date you want. I imagine like if you're doing a regular kind of speed run, you'll just run through it without looking at the level for pickups, because obviously you want to stop and pick up pickups when you're going for a speed run. But you can make like a just like a practice run into the level just for fun, and pick up the item of the day before you get to perfecting the run. What else is in this build? I fixed the I put some good work into the Uzi. I was still not feeling it, especially with like you can spam it and all the errors that came out of spamming it, and the audio would keep playing and everything. I was just like, enough. I'm not dealing with this anymore. So I went in with my forceps, and okay, it's not that big a change, but let me just play some Uzi level over here. So there's basically a warm up, because this is a weapon that you have to press and hold, unlike the other weapon which is just fire and forget. I wanted to kind of like lean into that texture a little bit more. So like now when you look at the enemy, you're just like, okay, now I'm gonna shoot. Not in that case. All right, now I'm gonna shoot you. So there's like that build up. So if you don't build it up, if you try to spam it, it's only going to spam at that rate. It's not going to be like a so it feels less spazzed out. And of course, I don't know if it's coming through on the stream, but like the FOV, did you notice the FOV? How it kind of like goes in and then it kind of like it wiggles back out. Game feel, man, game feel. You feel that? Oh, yes. I think I have it in me. Sorry, I'm hitting the mic. Sorry, Mike. I really want to do a proper screen shake. I think this game deserves it. Like I don't need to keep my shader programming itch for the next game. I could just do more of that stuff over here, because we have this game right now. Why not have more fun with it, right? See, there I'm gaslighting myself on stream so that I implement these things. Right now the shake is like a regular kind of like the screen rotates a little bit and then it displaces a little bit on a timer, basic stuff. It has a frequency. I can set the frequency and I can set like the elapsed time, but I don't have any other control over it. I wanna turn that up a little bit. I want to be able to control the displacement as a function of time, and I want to be able to control the rotation function. Basically, right now it's just like a random thing. So like every 0.00 something seconds, it just like finds a random angle, but just a random angle, right? Like it's not doing some kind of like a it's not coming in the center. It's not going outwards or something like that, right? Like I can define that with a function so that it feels like the shake has a rhythm to it. You know what I mean? That really comes through. Like if you're paying attention. Are you paying attention? I really hope this stream is working and I'm not just talking to myself. So I went through a lot of trouble to get this internet installed. I have a base now, by the way. This is my desk. I'm going to be sending updates for Tamashika from over here. This is I'm going to upgrade this desk. This is not my desk. This came with the apartment. I'm going to change it. I'm going to get something more sleek, like wood finish. Otherwise, like, it doesn't do Tamashika justice, Gotta set ourselves up a little bit. You feel me? And I ordered one of them mouse pads. Thanks to all the people who did not return the game. I will be able to just spend my money usefully, so that I have a little, like a when I'm working on tamashika. Because like for the last 3 years, almost 2.5, 3 years, I've literally been working on this game out of Airbnbs and hotels and share houses and like all the strangest places across 7 different countries. So I wanted to like post release. I just wanted to like make it a celebration for myself at some level. You know what I mean? Like just okay, I'm here. This is where I am. This is my desk with my things on it, and I'm not gonna lose it in a month or two when my visa runs out. Who lives like this, man? Well, I do. Onwards. Do we have a Shuriken level, please? Thank you. I have, okay, so some of the updates that I'm not going to show right now are not slated for the next like thing that I'm putting out, because that involves a timeline shift. All right, a timeline shift happens. Like the updates are going to be marked with a timeline shift. So when a timeline shift happens, that with that update, you move from the old timeline to the new timeline. Okay, in the new timeline there are new levels. Like the content of the levels changes. Okay, and then with the update, it's lined up on that on a day after the update goes out, so that all consoles and all platforms are on the same timeline together. So that I'm trying to see if I can maintain that synchronicity between the timelines on all the platforms. That's why I'm being more deliberate with those updates. So all of the new content, like if you're following me on the Twitter, I've done there's jump pads, there's dummies. Dummies are already in the game. Actually, I don't know if you've run into them yet. Then what else? Flashbang. There's other guys that do different effects. Small things, like you won't even notice it if you're not paying attention. So I'll leave that stuff for later. I'm gonna show it on stream because I have to work on that stuff. I'm still working on it. I want to polish it to a point where it feels like it's mwah. Okay, so I'm not gonna put it out before that. And with this update, I'm still trying to figure this out. I want the timeline shift should feel different. You know what I mean? And for that, I'm gonna pull off some algorithm to make sure that the new pieces get more attention when the timeline shifts. So right after the timeline shifts, we'll draw a nice graph that kind of like ups the weight of the levels that are new, and then I'm gonna have to test that thing so that it's not just like jump pads for 20 days. You know what I mean? That would be boring too. So a little balance. And to compensate for this very haphazard setup, I am going to keep updating the website with what levels are actually new, so that like if you don't want to jump in, you just want to like just like what does the calendar say? Like, am I going to get to play with the new Z today? So that kind of thing, like it'll become more prominent the more I work on this, and the more timeline shifts I can make happen, slowly but surely. And other stuff that I want to go into, but I will not right now. Plenty of cool ideas that can have. Hats off to the Discord, like the guys who are playing, like all of y'all. Just man, my heart goes out to you. At least someone gets the melee mechanic. Okay, back to this update. Where were we? We were ringing bells, bro. Is here bell? Bing bing. Obviously inspired by. Somebody has to be in the chat. Who knows me? No. It's Bloodborne, man. Bloodborne. What a game, yeah. Bloodborne. Oof. Sheesh. Wow. Where were we? We were ringing bells for the next update. Something that was requested by the Reddit. I am paying attention to the Reddit, by the way. Is this menu where you can now press a button to play the track. I had this idea. I was just like, I mean, obviously, I knew when I was working on this that it'll be cool if we can sample the what is this? What is this dot? Is that dot? What menu is that in? Am I just seeing things? Because it's on top of the menu. Oh, it's the debug menu. My bad. I got spooked over there. I knew that I wanted like for there to be some way to sample the soundtracks, and I did change this mechanism because the soundtracks are, some of them are pretty heavy, especially the dynamic ones. So what I had to do was like write some fmod thing to make sure that it doesn't stall the game when it's loading the soundtrack. So like I don't want to like swap the whole soundtrack just to sample. So play like a preview. So now, thanks to Some Point Sound, hats off for getting me all of this sorted in less than a day, literally. Because I had the idea of like, okay, here's this simple system that we could make is just have the same soundtrack files the way they're sorted to have samples, and all the people who are modding the game, please have at it. They're just, the files are just there. You can do whatever you want with them. So you can just highlight any song and just hit the infamous knife button, and one sound file plays. 10 seconds, I think, to give you a vibe of the track. Like, I also don't want like for it to be like a VLC Winamp kind of situation where you're just like standing around listening to music in the menu. I'm like, that's not the game, bro. The game is inside. Like, this is where tamashika is, right? So what I really want players to be doing is like go to the vibe menu, listen to this track, be like, yo, I remember hearing this track slaps, and then you just go back after selecting it, and now you're in the game and you're listening to that track. Are you listening to that track? Wait, my volume is really low, isn't it? Oh, my music volume is very low. Oh, hi, Joe Benny, what's up? Thanks for dropping by on my lonely stream. I did a quick kind of run through of the updates in the next build, and I think there's I don't know what else is left. Yeah, this thing now expands, so whoever is in the hobby of collecting more stuff can do that. I fixed a lot of things. I'll have to go into the change log for all the smaller details. It really doesn't matter. I can show you the shuriken as well. The shuriken has a new mechanic. Oh, this is not a stable level, is it? Okay, we can turn down the music for a bit. Shurikens, I know we still haven't played with the shurikens, but they're coming up soon. I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix all of this. Make sure that the new weapon, like the weapons, are shuffling in a way where it feels even. Because like right now it doesn't, because we've just been playing with Uzis for 1 month. I think this is going to be a solved problem once I kind of expand out of the next game mode, which I'm really excited to do. like right now. Let's just go into it. Okay, let's just go into it. I wanna put into words what I've been thinking. You jump into the game. There's transcend mode, right? And you transcend. Ascend. I guess you play ascend when you're like either practicing or starting out, and you're struggling with the high speed gameplay. Okay, so after you're done with that, no, Uzi on Wednesday. So the Wednesday levels are right now already set up for to shuffle between the two. So and for the sake of making it make sense, Weapons Wednesdays stays. So we're just gonna stick with Weapons Wednesdays, and Shuriken Sundays, is it, or Saturdays? I'm not sure. Should we check it? We have it. We have it right here. Let's check it. Where did I put them? C straights. So all the Shuriken underscore. No, C specials. Alright. So the Shuriken underscore S1, S2, S3, S4. So this is week 6. Week 6. Let's see where that is. Loom.cs. W6. Wait. Yeah, this is it. It contains week 6, day of week. I think day of week 6 is. Day of week. Aha. Week 6 is Shuriken Saturdays, baby. Let's go. Problem solved. That was quite a treasure hunt right there. Yes, so Shuriken Saturdays. Unless of course I change that. I think Shuriken Saturdays is fun. We could do something else on Sundays, maybe like surprise Sundays. And I'll have to figure out what that would mean, and we can make that. What I was saying was, right now you jump into the game and you have like this one transcend mode, right? And then you finish it. And maybe you do ascend mode while you're practicing. Now, how the game moves on from there, I've been thinking about that, right? Because like I think one extra game mode, which obviously plays differently than transcend, would just be like it would be like an extension of what you do in the game right now already, right? Like you jump, you come in and you're just like, I have to press this one button to play the game, and then you press that one button and it plays out for you, right? And you can just like, okay, have one variation of that available every day, right? Like because you have like one level every day on transcend mode and then you have another game mode that's producing levels every day the same way, right? So it'll be one extra layer of content, right? The same amount of content, right? So it doubles the content because like you have more playable, level. But after that, it could be just another game mode too, right? Like yeah, that's the B side, right? Like it has like, okay, you have this one way of playing it, and then there's this other way of playing it. But that's already creating like a one-dimensional kind of, extension. But after that, I want it to be something else. You know what I mean? It can't be just like another game mode that's making levels every day. No. Unless of course that game mode is something I really want to try out, and it could be like a core part of the experience. Which I could make the case for that because I just made that tweet right now where one of my heroes played. One of the people that I looked up to a lot while making Lovely Planet, they're dev. They played. Oh man, they're like, I played tamashika, it's really good. But then they're like, I'll let you know when I figure out the melee mechanic. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's not standard. It doesn't, it. What's a challenge mode? Describe it to me. I have a list of kind of different ways it could work, but I'm more interested in exploring more uh, gameplay styles, not mechanics necessarily, but like change the way the game feels to play. And that's where I was going with this. That's where I was going with this. Where it's like, okay, you want to do, you know what? I'm not some egomaniac kind of trying to make a case for how good a game designer I am or whatever. Like it's like, do we want to play a regular slasher? Like, I just have to change the, the mechanics of the ricochet and everything, and just we can have that thing running on the side too. Like, I'm not against it. Only shooters and only melee. So I'm okay. So with the next game mode, not to spoil too much, definitely going in the direction of more just shooting, and it'll be like that. It'll be you know how in the transcend mode right now you have like shot, 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 and then deflect. Like it's that thing. Like just take that one loop and just like extend it. That's the next game mode. So the next game mode is going to be a lot of like very focused, like pow 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 pow, shta! And then it'll keep going. Like it'll be just that on repeat, the same level over and over again, and the speed goes up. So you're just like. So I want to do that. So I'm like that has to be the next direction. But you already see in that direction, there's no melee. You see how I am cognizant of this obtuse melee system that I really like. Okay, and I think 6 people also like it. So we can have our fun. But I think there's room to extend the game, not keeping in that same style. Because like I think a big part of me wanting to make this was to explore like a something that consciously offends the status quo of the first person shooter exchange. Like how obviously Doom, with the latest Doom, is it Eternal or the one after that? Like they've got a shield and everything. It's like, okay, like they're like, it's like we got to do this. Like I'm glad you like it. I love it. I used to literally like dream about it. Like I used to daydream about it, and it would haunt me. I'm like, I need to make the Dark Souls combat rhythm first person shooter like the most minimal version of it, right? Like just the most minimal version of it. And I think this is it. I would hold this up as like here it's like it's taking the first person shooter formula, okay, and it's just putting it in that kind of like a little like one degree of like, okay, can we have some like rhythm elements here, right? Can we have some timing elements here? Just and if you don't get it, if you don't get the timing mechanics, the game just won't let you play it. That's it. Like I think Dark Souls is like way more evolved in that it gives you like these, like it gives you that whole spectrum, right? Like you can learn the dodge roll. I don't know if you played Dark Souls, but like the first time you get into that game and you don't have anyone telling you how to play it, and you're not like watching like lots of videos online, I think players usually do struggle with it, but like somehow after a while you get it. Like as a first person shooter player, and like I've mostly played like car racing games growing up. Like I was never big into RPGs. Playing Dark Souls was like, dude, I don't get it. I don't get the mechanics. Like I don't know what I have to do. Like especially the combat. The number stuff I would just ignore that anyway, because I'm just like, this is too intimidating. I don't know what stats numbers was like. Just I want to have fun. Like give me the action, right? But in the action also I was struggling because like I never knew that. Oh, okay. I'm watching an animation of this giant monster with the giant paw or whatever sword thing that's clearly slicing through my character. Okay, but if I am in that correct iframe in the role, then nothing happens to me. What? Okay, I guess it's like a game thing, right? Like yeah, the animation totally just like I got whooped by a giant sword, but oh, you're in the iframe. Oh, cool, man. Like like I didn't know that. I didn't know that about the game. And I struggled I counted till, like it was 11 hours before like the combat system started to click for me, where I was just like, oh wait, I can just get into rhythm with this game. Like I just have to when I encounter a new enemy, all I have to do is figure out like when to press the dodge button at the right time, and then I can just play the whole game naked or whatever, right? Like I'm just like, wait, this, like the game allows me to do this. Fascinating. Like at the time, it was like, oh, this is great. Like this is awesome. I didn't know the game was pulling that trick, but then alongside that, and that's why Dark Souls and all the Souls games are so awesome, is because like you can play like that, or you can like play completely, like with a shield and or magic or whatever. And all the games, I think, all the games are beatable, right? Like they are beatable without taking a hit somehow. It's like, how do you program that, dude? Like, how do you? What is like what sorcery is that? And I'm not doing sorcery, man. I'm just making, at least in the mechanics. Like I'm not big brain mechanics. Like I was looking at Jonathan Blow's Order of the Sinking Star, where he's flexing his like, oh, look at this overworld, and there's like 4 games inside it, and then in the end all those 4 games will come together and the mechanics will like, you're in like John Blow's like brain hierarchy of puzzle mechanics merging into one another. I'm just like, yeah, bro, I get it. Like, woohoo! Like, yeah, The Witness, right? Like that. It's the same thing. Like all those different like puzzle mechanics that you get introduced to, and then they like culminate into this like puzzle orgasm. Like, yeah, okay, that's great, man. That's great. See, I'm not even competing on that. I'm like, that's his mountain. For me, it's just like, fitting into the rhythm of the game, right? And this is very kinesthetic. I enjoy that, like that's what I described with Dark Souls. The same thing, I think. It's like when it clicks, when it clicks, like when the system clicks or whatever. And that's why it's like such a tiny game. Like Tamashika is that, like you just have to figure out that, oh, it's trying to get me into that rhythm where I have to pause for 0.53 seconds before I press the melee button. That's just it. And I know, like, all the criticism, I accept it. I 100% accept. Like, can the convenience be better? Can the tutorial be nicer? Can I already got to this place because I was able to, like, design it in a way where you can still fail. So I think most players are not doing it properly. I have the statistics. I should look at them. They're just getting dumped in a server somewhere. Yeah. Like if I did go, if that mechanic was to be removed, like some kind of like a frantic mode or something, then the game would, like, the texture of it will completely change. That rhythmic setup will change. It'll become like this very texturally linear experience, where it'll just be a lot of like ta and like slashing enemies, like that'll like the rhythm of it will be different. At least we could still pack it the way we're packing it right now, but I think it'll feel different. A lot of like shooting, of course, will be there, but then also like a lot of getting cornered. That like I'll do it like Call of Duty or something, where it's just like you gotta at the right time and the enemies just fall. Maybe that's fun too. But the extension that I was talking about, where like it's not just a new mode but like something else, that, oh man, I'm so excited to try that. And I think I'm at the right place. I don't want to make too many promises right now. I really want to keep working on this, and I'm gonna try to do that. But there's some really fun stuff that I've been meaning to try out for many years. And it was one of those ideas that I had before I started working on Tamashika, and I kind of forgot about it. And then like suddenly I was reminded of it, and I was like, wait, hold on 1 second. I feel like this game is set up almost perfectly for that mechanic to like just fit right in, And I'm like, wait, hold on a second, like that's totally doable. And it solves that problem that I was describing where like you just extend the game with one different game mode where you have like one new level to consume. Right. Right. Yeah, levels as collectibles. Especially in a game like this where it's like, oh dude, like where's the content? Like, yeah, you gotta find it, bro. You gotta find it. Um, I think that would be really fun. That'll be cool. And it like in that case it'll be like I'll really have to put a lot more effort into it. I can't pull that off with just a click of a button. That it just won't work. And I have the tools to do it. I can handcraft levels like Lovely Planet, like I did with Lovely Planet. I'm not doing that right now, except for the tutorials, of course. I can do it. I will do it. To some extent, at least. Um, I should stop second guessing myself. I need to maintain myself at a place where I'm excited to do this. I think that's what's got me this far with this game anyway. So, what was I showing you? Shurikens. Sorry for the rant, but you know it helps to talk. I don't talk much. I should talk more. If I don't yap, the magic it stops working. So I replaced the grass in all of these levels. You will notice in the next update that the landscaping is kind of tidied up. Okay, thanks, bro. Thank you. Yeah, the landscaping is tidied up, so all of that patchy grass from the trailer is gone. Not all of it, but I will keep on the lookout and just trim the verge. So, Shuriken, slight update here. Not that anyone's played with it or anyone's complained about it, but I have a very Dark Souls-esque input buffering system going on, so I can just hit this and completely ruin it. Let's try that again. So I hit this enemy, and that second shot, you see how it followed immediately. What was happening in the previous version was that if you don't wait for the animation to recover completely, and you press the button right before that, she won't fire. I know. This is not some quality of life improvement. This is like a basic feature that should have been there, and well, now it is. And I think it's a lot better for it. And I have added levels that are making use of this. Where are the levels? See specials. Let's see if So let's try to catch this guy with the shurikens. Oh man, this takes a couple of tries. I can do it because I have cheat access. It's gonna be really hard to land. Once you get into the rhythm of it, I think it's possible. I'm obviously not getting in the rhythm of it right now. It's late. I've had one margarita already. Wow. I'm so bad at this. That's why this move is gonna be 10 points. Ricocheting the shooter is max points. There you go. Boom. So yeah, this is gonna go in the next update. I want to show the next. I want to show the next game mode. I'm getting super hooked on it. I like it. The timing is weird because unlike the regular ricochet with the gun, You just have to press the button at the right time because the gun fires at the exact same time when you press the button. But here, with the shuriken, after you press the button, it's kind of like the original Castlevania game where like he would like take the whip back and then fire after like a 0.5 second delay. It's kind of done to emulate that. So if the Uzi is like a press and hold, this one is like a fire and wait for a small period of time before it starts to before it makes contact. Otherwise, it's the same hit scan weapon. The timing is kind of weird. Like you have to find out when exactly you have to press the button. So it's a little bit before the enemy kind of like does the shing. Like you have to start just at that time, so it does the shing, and then when they fire, your animation has already reached its end. It's like, when you time that, it's a 100 ms window, I think 150 ms. That is very satisfying. Yes, so there are a few more updates that I have. I'm not gonna spoil all of it. You guys discover it. So this build is not. I'm not too confident of it. I want to test it a little bit more because I have changed a lot of things here. It might not be visible, but there are new things happening under the hood. I just fixed some bugs today actually, which I was fully unaware of. But I expected them when I saw them. Anywho, so that's the new stuff in the game. I'm most excited for this time travel thing, so that you can at least go to like a previous level. Collecting that will be relatively easy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tune that. I think I'm gonna make it. I didn't ping the server. Which server? The game server? Yeah, because I'm in beta mode. I'm not on the production server. For the stream. Yeah, because I'm still testing. I got my new internet. You guys can still see the recording. I hope this works. So yeah, I'm gonna call it this time. But next time, I will. If this stream is good, I think it's good because you've been here. Is there any drops? Is my voice coming through? Like, is this mic working? Also, I've ordered what's that thing called, the ring light. Let's see. I wanna do this more regularly, so we'll have plenty of time to dev. Maybe a little silent. Yeah, I get that a lot from the girls. There are volume settings here. But maybe it's just my pipes, maybe I could just speak like this and then it will be fine. You gotta throw your voice into the network. Try my best here, man. Try my best here. Okay, so this has been a nice stream. Thank you for joining. It was nice interacting. It gets lonely sometimes. I was talking about the pickups, right? I'm gonna tune those. I'm gonna tune those up so that they're a little bit easier to get a hold of. Because I want players to like have this other thing to do on the side. People love collecting stuff, so there you go. You can collect stuff, and then maybe figure out what it does. We will have a consumable in the game now. So, consumable collectible update. Hopefully soon. What is it? The weekend now? Is it Friday? Okay. Next week, at least on the nightly branch, we'll have it up. consumables. Yeah. But like, but right now you can only consume one consumable a day. Oh, she just doesn't. She doesn't want you to indulge in any of the video game sense pleasures. It's like, like how it's all of those online games where you get loot boxes, and there's just like videos of people opening loot boxes. There's, man, there's something going on there. Okay, like we have to talk about it. There's something very primal being tapped into, you know, and that's why I think with Tamashika it's like the opposite, where it's just like we are going to be very stern about not going there. But then in the game, we obviously indulge in like a full on like hack and slash kind of high intensity like colors. I love loot boxes too, but like there's something happens there that makes it okay. We were playing a game, okay, and then something else started. I feel like that's what I feel. Okay, there's a simple, feely way to put it. Um, they're tapping into this thing here, um, which I think every game does. It's just it's how you do it. The new game mode really. Next stream. All right, next stream. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna go for a walk, get some water. Thanks for joining in. I will definitely ping the server next time. Sorry, I'm just trying to lay low a little bit. I'm still a bit camera shy, I guess. But I will catch you in the next one. Have a nice morning, evening, wherever you are, in whichever time zone. Time is not going forward anyway, so infinite bliss.